Well, anyway. I got my cat back. But let's just say she is not the most hygienic lady, that Missy. So, it is kind of smelly, I hope you can. But, I was wondering if you could help me, I don't know. Like, figure out a way to make it less smelly. Maybe perfume on something. Ah, yes. Rub that rose all over it. It smells like roses now. Oh, lemon. Oh, lemon is great for, yes, getting out the smell. You know, when I cook with garlic, when I'm making soup, I rub a lemon on my hand afterwards to get garlic smell out of hands. Very good. Alright, sounds good. Now you two have matching hats. Oh, thank you. So now that I am a little bit less smelly, can you still smell me, by the way? Does it smell? Okay, good. Well, now that I am less smelly, let us, we can do our Crob acting class. You have taken Crob acting class before, huh? You haven't?
We have with us a young talent who's been cleaning up the starched ballrooms with grand ocean liners.
You can be
my
teaching assistant.
I wouldn't take my saltiest aunt into.
So,
Well acquainted.
I'm going to make the Crobs bigger, so we can learn from them as our scene partners.
Grab a stiff drink, head out
The Crobs can teach us a lot about
rear,
acting.
and tuck in with Sean
I see
Spada,
by your
everyone.
mask, so the Shakespeare show. Huh? Well, that inspired me to learn more about acting. I saw it 2 days ago. Oh, were you with me in the audience? Well, you would have recognized it. You know, I would have been the non-time. Well, I saw it 2 days ago, and it was very inspiring. And I've always loved Shakespeare. And we can learn a lot about playing a character from these Crobs. I met one Crob named Ferdinand. Do you know Ferdinand the Crob? He's not the same as the Ferdinand in the Shakespeare show. He is Crob that takes notes. He works for the Crob King, and he takes notes about everyone here. Anyway, it's him, and we decided we wanted to collaborate. We needed more collaboration between Crobs and people and time sprites. Oh, I love all of your hats. You're getting so creative. Anyway. Oh, you're getting very good at that. Very nice. Anyway. Let's each pick a Crob to have as our scene partner. Oh, this one's interesting. It's holding a stick. And we can learn a lot about how to act on the stage from these Crobs. They've got good instincts, and as an actor, it's important to have good instincts. So, lesson 1. Look at the Crobs. You notice how they walk from side to side sometimes, huh? Like this. So usually, as people, we usually just move forward, and then we turn when we want somewhere else. But I think it is important to be able to move in every direction, just like the Crobs, because it increases your awareness, your peripheral vision. Oh, there comes another one. Okay. So, let's say, you know, when you are on stage, anything can happen. It's different from being a film actor, when you can, if something messes up, you can just do another take. When you are on stage, you have to keep going. The show must go on. That's what they say, huh? Anyway. Let's say you're playing Hamlet, and you know that Ophelia in your next scene is supposed to come from stage left, and then you do scene with her. So if you just only have your awareness in the forward direction, and let's say Ophelia accidentally comes from stage right instead of stage left because, you know, it's easy to mix those up, you'll totally miss your cue from her if you're only facing forward. But if you have a Peripheral awareness, 360 degrees. Just like how the Crobs can move side to side. They're always aware of what's going on around them. And then you see Ophelia coming in from the other direction, and you know to direct your attention that way. And then you do scene, and it looks like it was supposed to be that way. Audience doesn't know any better. So let's practice moving side to side like this one just did. Very good, very good. And they also have got a little bounce in their step always. That's important too. It's important to always be ready for anything that can happen. So you need to feel loose and open, ready for anything. And notice how their knees on their little Crob legs are always kind of bent. They never straighten their knees. They're always ready for motion.
The sashimi mimis.
So look at this one with the beer. When they grab onto an object that they are passionate about, they get so excited. They hold onto it for dear life. It's always very hard to grab an object from a Crob that loves it. And their eyes get all fleshy. So when you, as an actor, have an objective, that's your character's goal. Beautiful! Yes, you're holding onto that Gerald like it is the most important thing in the world. So when you have an objective, something that's important to you, something that is your goal as the character, and you start to get some of that, you hold on to it just as passionately as the Crob holds on to that little piece of broken beer bottle. I don't know what he wants to do with it. But it's clearly very important. Look at the way their eyes are flashing. So yes, I see that. Oh yes, in this, notice how they click their claws. And they can, when they are excited, they have their claws up in the air. It shows pure passion, pure emotion. They are the best teachers. And notice when they are digging in the ground, like that one. When they dig in the ground, like this. You don't know what they're looking for in the sand, but you can tell it's something very important to them. And that is the intensity with which you should be seeking your objective. You think it should be cheese that they're looking for? I agree. It is hard to find good cheese. You have to go after your objective. Just as much fierce enthusiasm as the Crobs dig through the sand. Whether you want love or respect or power as your character. You pursue that just as vigorously as a Crob digging through the sand. Do you see when one of them appears or disappears?
How much do you have?
Like that.
Are you following? Or are you leading?
Like just like that. They go.
Barely distinguishable, but full of impulse and desire. And yet, even the gentlest inclinations can set things in motion.
Which is how any scene should begin. You want to capture the audience's attention the first thing you do when you get on stage. You need to make a entrance like they do. And then when you exit, that's also signifying a significant change. Anytime a character exits or enters the stage, that is a big change in the scene. Big change in the show. It is there is a reason that the playwright put in that entrance and exit. It is significant. So you'll need to make sure that the audience notices that you are leaving or arriving. Just like that. I mean, you don't need to literally jump and go like the Crobs do. But, so let's just practice all of our Crob knowledge. Side. Pause up. Stepping. Bouncing, digging. Holding on to objects like they are very important. This my object. This is so important. This is my objective. If anyone takes it from me, they will be in trouble. Very good. We've got quite the thespians here. Ah, I could see you all on stage. I'm thinking of what I want our next show for the Crob-laboration Theater Company would be. You see, our last show was Crobio and Juliet. It was production of Romeo and Juliet, where all of the Montagues were Crobs and all of the Capulets were time sprites, and it was beautiful. Now I'm thinking of, I don't know what I would do. We were thinking about doing 3 sisters. Oh, well that Crob has a ring. That's very Shakespearean. There are lots of rings and weddings in Shakespeare. I'm thinking of doing 3 sisters, some Chekhov, because, you know, it's very important in my life as, oh, it's tasty, as a Russian who is one of 3 sisters. I want to demonstrate one more thing, but I need a snail. I have a snail. Snails are also great acting teachers. Hello, snail friend. Alright, let's make you big. Let's put you on the ground so everyone can look at you. Okay, snails are also great acting teachers. In their body language is the opposite of the Crobs. Even though they are both, you know, they both have shells and they both are kind of soft on the inside of their shells. And snails, they exemplify stillness, while the Crobs exemplify movement. Stillness is a useful tool when you are playing a character that is high status. Like a king or a queen, you know, people who have high status, they already have a lot of what they want in life. So they don't need to work as hard to get their objectives. So they can they don't have to frantically rush up digging through sand. They've got what they want. So they can just stand with their head held high and gaze upon all of their subjects' kingdoms, stuff like that. So all the Crobs would play more common characters, or somebody who has, you know, isn't currently in power. Snails would be great at playing characters that are royal. Maybe even villains. Ah. You would wear a crown just like that. Beautiful. You know, heavy is the crown. What's that from? That's a quote from something. Heavy is the crown. I do not remember. Anyway. Has anybody seen Missy, by the way, since a couple days ago? See, I poisoned her twice, and I hope she's not dead.
Be sure to check out all of our
Like,
experiences.
I don't want to be a murderer. I mean, she should have known not to mess with a Russian. But, yeah, I haven't seen her around. So, hope she didn't die. If she did, I feel bad for her husband. But nobody's found a body yet, right? No? Okay. Well, she's probably alive then. No, maybe I'll look backstage and see if there's a body. Huh? Oh, this Crob's got the guitar. This Crob clearly wants to be a rock star.
Our next guest was blessed
And
with
they're
the gift of
achieving their
song
goal,
so
and their eyes are
ambiguously
flashing with
that
happiness.
I'm not sure she's ever used it. My favorite star of stage and scream, the long
I
dead,
do like
ever
her.
on time, technophilic, hydrophobic, Helvetica
I like Helvetica.
Perpetua.
Alright. Sorry, Helvetica, I've got to go backstage real quick. Let's see. You didn't find any bodies back there, did you, Helvetica?
Good evening.
No? Okay.
I'm here.
Let me go back.
You're welcome. And this is Tina. It's so good to be back in the land of the living. I just love your soulful reception. I recently updated my operating system, and I love the new features.
So I think it's fine. Alright, I'm going to go now. I will see you later. Let me know if you see...
Hey,
if
Tina,
you see Missy.
could you cool it for like 1 second?
Okay.
Because it's not always about you. Hey, Tina, can you do this?